Hello YouTube, Rob from Arrowhead YGO here, coming at you with my Crystal Beast deck profile. Now, as you guys have probably seen from my channel, I've said that this is my favorite archetype. Now, as for this profile, it's not exactly the most competitive. I'm working on quite a few builds, but this is the one I have at the moment. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Triple Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. He is the best searcher in the game in terms of supporting his archetype. He can send one Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard to your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell card. Which, if you don't know, anytime a Crystal Beast is destroyed, instead of being sent to the graveyard, they can go face up in your spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell card. And then it feeds other spell and trap cards for the deck later on. And he just so great. He feeds the mechanic, and he can grab it from pretty much anywhere. So he's just an obvious great card. Next, we play triple Crystal Beast Cobalt Eagle. Well, he's not the best card, but he's a wind attribute level 4 Crystal Beast name. So that's very important. The wind attribute level 4, because with him and Sapphire Pegasus being wind, you get access to Lightning Chidori, which is a really great card in terms of how it's being used. He's also a winged beast, which is very useful as well. Next, I play 3 Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger. Again, he's not the greatest. He's a 1600 attack point monster. But when he attacks, he gets 400 extra, making him 2,000, which is pretty respectable. He's a beast type, which makes him useful with things like Ayers Rock Sunrise. And the same effect that if he's destroyed, just like him, Sapphire Pegasus and Cobalt Eagle, when they're destroyed, they go to the spell and trap card zone when they're face up. So if you have him set and he gets Dark Hold, he goes to the grave. 2 Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle. Really good, but still also really bad. Really good because if he is special summoned, you special summon as many Crystal Beasts from your spell and trap card zone to your side of the field. Obviously, that's a Field Swarm. That's really good. His problem? He is a level 3 Fairy type. So he can't be used as a target with Diamond Direwolf. You can't XZ with him with the other Crystal Beasts. So once he's on field, he's just a real pain in the ass. So I wish Konami would release support that would make him better. Like maybe another level 3 Crystal Beast monster. But with Crystal Vanguard coming out, it makes it a little better because Vanguard's a level 3 as well. I wouldn't suggest XZ summoning with Vanguard, but if you need to, it's an option. Now that's it for the Crystal Beast monsters. There are 11 of them. For the rest of the monsters, we run 2 Summoner Monk, because you run a lot of spell cards in this deck. You pitch one and you special summon a level 4, just really great. 1 Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. He can special summon himself from the grave. He's a level 4 Winged Beast, which goes well with Cobalt Eagle from a monster you'll see later on. And 1 Effect Veiler, because I run 1 Armades in the extra deck, and he's an effect negation. It's just really good. So that's it for the monster lineup. My count was correct. That is 15 monsters. It's really good. It worked really well for me. Now on to the spell cards. We run 2 of the field spell, Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. In terms of supporting its archetype, this is the best field spell in the game. It has 5 different effects. Just to sum them all up, say you have 5 Crystal Beast monsters in spell and trap card zone. This card has all these effects. Cannot be destroyed. This card can't be destroyed by card effect. Once per turn, you can have the battle damage you would take. If a spell and trap is activated, you can send a Crystal Beast monster to the graveyard to negate it. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can draw 1 extra card. And you can special summon 1 Crystal Beast card from your spell and trap card zone. So it's just a really good card. It has built-in protection and 4 really great effects. So, yeah. Next, triple Crystal Promise. You special summon a Crystal Beast from your spell and trap card zone. Simple, straight to the point. Probably the best. It's just so easily used. 2, Crystal Beacon, a close second for the best crystal spell. If you have 2 or more Crystal Beasts in your Spell and Trap card zone, special summon a Crystal Beast from your deck. Just so powerful. 2, Crystal Blessing. If you have 2 Crystal Beast monsters in your graveyard, you can place them face up in your Spell and Trap card zone as a continuous spell. 2, Rare Value. If you have 2 or more Crystal Beast cards in your Spell and Trap card zone, your opponent chooses one of them, sends them to the grave, and then you draw 2. Really good. I wish we had better draw cards like Pot of Greed, so I could replace that. At least replace one of them. Crystal Abundance. It's so powerful, but it takes a lot. You need 4 Crystal Beast cards in your Spell and Trap card zone to use it. Send all cards on the field to the graveyard. Send, not even destroy, just sends them all to the graveyard. Then, special summon as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your graveyard up to the number of cards your opponent controlled that were sent to the graveyard by this effect. So you wipe the board, and then you special summon up to how many cards they sent. So that spell, trap, anything that was sent to the grave, you get to special summon it. I mean, it's not amazing against Cliffort, but it still wipes their board. Because if a card would be sent to the graveyard, they still get the effect where they go to the grave, but then they go to the pendulum. Like they still leave the board. They just go to the pendulum zone. Next, that's all for the crystal spells. 2, Ayers Rock Sunrise. You special summon a beast type, and then from your grave. Then your opponent loses 200 attack on every monster, for every beast, winged beast, and plant type monster in your graveyard. Triple MST. Again, there's really no reason not to play 3 MST. It's just great card. Now, because this deck has serious problems with consistency, because you need Sapphire Pegasus to get your shit going, triple Upstart Goblin, and double Pot of Duality. They're just really good cards. You need to get to those necessary cards. So, and these help with it. As so does Rare Value. But Rare Value requires you have a little bit of setup. Those don't. Now, onto the trap cards. There are only 3. 1 Bottomless. 1 Defy, which probably I'm going to switch out for a Mirror Force. And 1 Call of the Haunted. That's it for the main deck. Now, onto the extra deck. First, play 2 Lightning Chidori. This is probably my favorite rank 4 monster. It's just so powerful. You XZ summon it, you spin a set card back to the bottom of the deck, and once per turn, you spin a face-up card to the top. Now, this card for the winged beast monsters out there. 2 Ice Beast Zero Fine. Once per turn, he takes 2 level 4 winged beast monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card. Negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. All cards. And if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each face-up card currently on the field except itself. So that it negates all your opponent's face-up cards, and then he gains 300 attack for all cards both you and your opponent control. He's already at 2,000. If you do it right, he'll probably end up being at least a 2,900. This card is amazing. 1 Diamond Direwolf, because a lot of your monsters are beast types and winged beast types. So you don't even have to pop himself. And then they feed the mechanic by then going to Spell and Trap card zone. He works really well. 1 Digusto Emerald, because sometimes you need those monsters, those crystal beasts that were sent to your graveyard back. 1 Rhapsody in Berserk. He just wrecks some plays your opponent may have. 1 Castel. Self-explanatory. Spin a card. Exciton. Nice little board wipe. Honor Arc. Snatches shit up. Volval Chain. I use his second effect more than his first one in this deck, oddly enough, to place a monster on top, because sometimes you need Sapphire Pegasus. So you place that fucker on the top of your deck. Gaga Cowboy and Heartland Draco to scoop up some games. Abyss Dweller to fuck with your opponent's graveyard effects. And finally 1 Armades, because you play Effect Veiler, who is a tuner. I've brought him out a couple times. I love bringing him out against Yang Zing players, because Armades against Yang Zing. GG, bro. None of their main deck monsters get over it. And then they can't activate any of their graveyard effects to special summon. Oh, I gotta tell you, Carlos is right across from me as I'm saying this, and he is pissed. He loves Yang Zings. I've whipped this card out on him before. He fucking hates it. So, that's it for the deck profile. Leave in the comment section below what you think. I'm testing out a lot of different builds with this deck, so the next one you see probably won't even look anything like this. So, comment section below, tell me what you think. Remember to thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm Rob from Arrowhead YGO, signing out.